Hi guys, this is Munawar Munir and welcome back to my channel. What we're going to discuss is we are going to use the AI in ABP.io. So recently, ABP.io they have integrate the AI, your AI with their framework, and accordingly they have provided some NuGet package. And after installing all those NuGet packets, we finally be able to use the AI using the ABP.io. So actually, what we have is in ABP.io that the Volvo.Abp.AI. This is the abstraction which they officially have introduced in ABP.io, and behind the scene, it is using the Microsoft framework where all those open AIs or these type of stuffs are linked together. In this session, what I will do is I will walk you through the code snippet in which I have already implemented the ABP.io and AI together, and I have also generated some documents so that you should be able to see what the nitty-gritty is about this Volvo.abp.io. So our agenda is we will briefly know that what agentic AI concepts are, what the Microsoft Agent Framework is doing, and how the ABP.io AI infrastructure is being built top of that Microsoft Agent Framework. And then we will see the architecture and the component, what the ABP IO is being used. And then I will walk you through the code snippet in which I have already implemented. And then I will let you know how the use cases and the key takeaways will be using the AI. Briefly, what the agentic AI is. Agentic AI refers to the AI system that autonomously what it does is do the understanding the goals, plan and reasoning, call the tools and APIs. What the agentic AI is, we need to set some goals. There might be some data provided to it, and accordingly it will give the plan or the reasoning on that, and it can also integrate with the APIs or can call the multiple tools as well as, and it has a full-fledged workflow available in it. We can give the steps that after this step it need to do these steps, and finally it need to get the some goals. So agentic AI is developed top of the goals. It need to be provided some set of steps, and after execution all those steps, the final goal will be achieved. So that is what the agentic AI actually is doing. So what the Microsoft Agentic AI is doing is Microsoft Agent Framework is an open source framework, I would say. So everyone can use it, but it has some limitations. It has some tiers, some plans available. On top of all those plans, we can get the free plan as well as the multiple paid plan as well. So it unifies the Semantic kernel and AutoGen and is built on the Microsoft extension.ai. So Microsoft extension.ai is the main nugget which ABP.io it is being abstracted from. So the key features, as I elaborated, it will be doing some planning, it will calling some tool, and ultimately it will have some agent orchestration, and then finally it will give us the final result. And now, what the ABP.io is doing, because we can directly use Microsoft Azure.extension.ai, so then why we need ABP.io to use it? Because ABP.io has the abstraction, I would say. So all those AI related libraries, they have been abstracted in ABP.io. It has bundle of all those AI related nuggets, I would say. So the ABP.io provide the official AI abstraction via Volvo.abp.io. And on this point, I wanted to elaborate that it is a free version. We can use it in the free version of abb.io, as well as we can use it from the commercial licensing as well. So everyone can use it. So the key benefits are provide the agentic AI integration, it has built-in dependency injection support for a Volvo.ABP.AI, and it has a configuration management. We need to configure it. We will give some keys to that, and from configuration onward, we can get all those desired result wherever we need it. So top of your AI abstraction, I would say ABP.io, they have provided us the Volvo.ABP.AI. So we just need to have this nugget with us, and rest of the things will be integrated over there. So what we'll do is, as you mentioned, the last line, the agents are created using the IChatClient from ABP.io.chat. So that would be the starting point from where we will give some prompt or some information to our agent, and then we will proceed from there onward. On top of that prompt, or on top of that message which I chat client is doing, it will get the desired results. So the very common question, that why ABP.io plus agent framework is needed. So ABP.io handles the enterprise concerns, while Microsoft Agent Framework handles the agent intelligence. So we combine them to get the clean separation of the concerns, to get the maintainable AI code, and then the production ready AI agent. So ABP.io have their own full-fledged framework, and with this agent, the value has been added to it so that it can do whatever the other AI agents can do. So that's why both are combined. On the high level architect, I would say, so user will give a request, it will give us some prompt. ABP application server will digest it, and it will call the iChat client from ABP.AI.chat. And from there, behind the scene, they will call the Microsoft Agent Framework, AI agent. And on that top of that agent, LLM, the your OpenAI or OpenAI will be called. And behind the scene, they will calling some tools which we don't need to configure by ourselves. We just need to have the iChat client available, and on that iChat client, rest of the things will be managed automatically, and finally we'll get the result. So the user need to have just the prompt, and the rest of the things will be done by ABP.io. So the key components, I would say, I wanted to elaborate them as well. So iChat client, that will be Volvo.abp.ai.chat. That is the main key player, I would say, the entering point. And then AI agent, that is a Microsoft agent. It has the encapsulation, agent behavior, everything is encapsulated in it. And then the final agent run result, it will give all those execution which client needed. It will do the rest of the thing and will give the response. So that is what the core components will be coming back. So I will move to the demo directly. I'm not going to do more documentation. So I will go to the directly to the code so that I can show you that how it works, and how we can configure it. So as far as the code itself is concerned, I have done the rest of the things so that in this session I can just let you know that how we can configure the ABP.io with our solution, ABP.io solution. So that is a pretty much straightforward solution I have already created. As you people know that we have the application layer, contract layer, DB migrator, domain shared, entity framework, HTTP API client, and then the host. So in order to configure the Open API or ABP.AI, so what we have to do is, our starting point should be, we need to have one thing available in our, I would say, app.setting. So in app.setting, what we'll do is, we will have our provider name, what model we wanted to use, what is the endpoint, and what is the API key. So these type of steps you will get from your Open AI. Once you create the Open AI in Azure, you will see that what type of model you wanted to use. You can use your different model, but for the sake of this video, I just created the GPT 40 mini, because that is a pretty much, I would say, a minimal sort of model which I am going to use it. And the endpoint, definitely the endpoint is needed, and then the API key that you need to create the API key. Once you will create your OpenAI, so on the left hand side you will see the keys and the endpoints. From there you can get the API key. So this configuration we need it for in order to connect with the Open API AI. So that we will do in our host project, and from here we can use it from where we wanted to. And other than that, what I have done is in our application project, I have created one adapter. So adapter, why we need it? Well, definitely we need to have this adapter available so that we can use it accordingly. As I mentioned, we need to have the iChat client available. So I have this interface implemented over here, and this is pretty much standard, I would say, configuration. We have the constructor. In the constructor we are using the base URL, and then we are passing the API key wherever we need it. And here is the get response. So we are getting the response. We need to provide a payload over there. We can identify the model here as well, or we can get from the app setting, wherever whatever suits you, you can do it with directly. I have used it here, and whatever the message we wanted to get from there, we have to have all those payloads available. So once the payload will be there, then we need to call the HTTP client, and from the HTTP client we can post whatever we wanted. And with this response, we definitely have to have the endpoint available where we wanted to have this client to be passed, and then we have to have the payload and the cancellation token. So once that is done, we will ensure that it should give the success status, and finally we will get the response from here. So that is pretty much in which we have the your chat adapter. So in order to call it, we need to have our service available. In our service, what I did is I created a service. So I have created a service here, that is AI chat app service, and that service, in order to behave like an endpoint, we need to have inherited from application service. So that pretty much ABP.IO stuff, I would say. And in order to implement that chat, I have that iChat interface, and that has been passed to our constructor. And next, we have a pretty much straightforward endpoint where it is just asking for any input from from the user side, for example. So it is asking for any input, and once that input is being provided, maybe a prompt would be there from a client or the user, so that need to be called to the get response from there, and from the get response async, it will call behind the scene the chat, and accordingly the chat will be integrated. The message, I would say, will be passed to the your AI agent, and then agent will get the response, and will get back to whatever we have the response. So that is pretty much which I have done so far in order to integrate the ABP dot AI. So I think this video will give you some insight, and I will keep creating more videos. Thank you so much, guys. So that's what I have done so far. So you can use this sample if you wanted. I will also attach the sample with my video. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.